said, I mean, there's no one like me. Trying, deep down, you trying. What's up, what's up, what's up? It's Paris Hart and Jason Williams coming at you live with another episode of the Love It Podcast. Today, we got a dope artist from the North. Not only representing Calgary, but representing all of Canada too. We got Victory.
Hey everyone. My name is Victory. I'm an R&B singer-songwriter.
Hey, so first things first, how did you get the name Victory?
I was actually born at 6 months, and my dad named me because I don't know, I didn't have any complications, and the hospital was like, oh, I don't know if she's gonna make it, and I made it, so my dad named me Victory.
Hey, look at you conquering obstacles from day one. Okay,
That's what I'm saying.
So when going into the career aspect of it and starting to really buckle down in music, what's something that you wanted to instill into your sound?
Ooh, and I wanted to instill into my sound?
Yeah, what's something that you want to really bring into your craft and your art? Okay, I'm bringing this to my music. What's something of you that's inside your sound, your music?
Honestly, I pride myself in trying to make songs that sound not sound basic, but I always trying to make something that's okay, this is something that I hear a lot, but let me try and put my own spin on it. So I feel to answer your question, I just always try and put my own little spin on something and be oh, this is something Victory would do, if you hear my songs, because sometimes I make songs that don't exactly sound the same, but I like to always put my own spin. So I'm I always have my own little Victory flair on it.
Yeah, I like that. You gotta put that individuality in it. You feel me? I feel like everybody, you gotta put your thumbprint on your music.
Exactly.
And that's something that all artists definitely start out doing. So you're on the right track, yo. And honestly, got some great songs. Well, obviously, honestly, we asked you to be on the show, but you have great music.
Thank you.
Who would you say some of your influences are?
Oh, I have a lot of influences, but I would say they've changed as I've grown up. When I first started singing, my main influences were, of course, Beyonce, Michael Jackson, Adele, and Justin Bieber. I think those were my top. And then right now it's Victoria Monet. She's an R&B singer-songwriter as well. Jasmine Sullivan. And just R&B girls. Right now I'm just really inspired by R&B girls. Even Chloe, Chloe and Halle, those are my inspirations right now, I would say.
Hey, that's what's up. And it's tough because your music is really not genred. You could kind of put it R&B, you could put it in the pop. That's something hard to do and something so unique to do. How do you get to that spot where you're just you know what? I'm just doing it all.
Honestly, I don't know. I think it's because I listen to a lot of everything, basically. Honestly, truly, if you go through my Spotify liked songs right now, you're gonna be what the hell is this? Because I just listen to everything. I listen to R&B, pop. I listen to some jazz music. I haven't listened to 50s music from the 1950s. Of course, I got my Nigerian music because I'm Nigerian. I have some Bollywood music in there. There's a whole lot of things. But in terms of what you're asking, I think I don't really, when I create, I don't really try to be okay, I'm going to create an R&B song, or okay, I'm going to create a pop song. What really happens is the way my process goes, I kind of sit down. I'm okay, what's going on with me right now? What do I need to write about? What do I need to talk about? And if I find a beat or a sound that resonates with that, I just go with it. And if it's able to go into a whole song, then that's great. And if it's not, then it's not, So that's kind of my process.
Okay. So when it comes to performing now, and it comes to practicing and putting in time for the routine, what does your schedule look like when it comes to preparing for performances or the performance?
Okay, so for performances, usually my number one step is figuring out the set list, and then figuring out exactly the vibe I want to go for the performance. Because obviously, I told y'all when I first started singing, my main influences were Beyonce and Michael. So for me, performances are such a big thing. And obviously I'm not like of the same caliber when it comes to performing, not yet. But usually what I do is I just figure out the vibe. I'm like, do I want it to be more of like a dancing thing, or do I want it to be more of a like one-on-one, like me sitting on a chair, um, just singing with people and kind of having like a little conversation. It really just depends on the performance, I think. Then step two, after making the set list, I usually make a live mix because I like to change stuff up from the studio version, I guess. So I always like have a different live mix. It'd be the same song and like have like 6 different live mixes. Because I think like my song Up, I have like 7 different live mixes for that song. So and then I just practice and then the performance happens. So yeah.
I like how you just like glance over the, yeah, studio, making music, singing it, recording. It just happens. Very professional of you, very humble of you. We appreciate that. But when you're going to the studio, like for the first time, like what was that like? Because it's like going from, okay, I want to do this thing to now I'm actually doing this thing. Like what's that feeling? What's going through your mind?
I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't go to the studio for the first time until last year. Cause all of the songs I have released are from my bedroom. So my first studio experience was interesting. I went to like a little studio in Calgary and I was like, I brought my friend along with me because I wasn't sure because I didn't know the person, like the audio engineer. And I was like, I don't want to go by myself. So like come with me, please. And like it was a nice experience. And then I think I do enjoy going to the studio, but sometimes I do prefer home recording because that is kind of what I'm used to. And I like, I can really control it. And I don't know, I'm just like in my own little zone, my own little bubble. But I do enjoy going to the studio with other artists. That's what I found. Like when I'm collaborating with people, it's so nice to like just bounce off of vibes and like you could be singing this lyric and be like, hey, like maybe change the lyric to this, or like they give you like another idea. So like in terms of studios, like when there's other artists there, like I really, really love it. But I think I do prefer home recording if it's just me.
Dang. So what's the process like when you're like just choosing a beat or choosing it? Is it something that you're going in there like, okay, this is the sound I'm going for, or is it just like, hey, this sounds dope, I'm gonna go for that?
I mean, of course there's like pros and cons because at the studio, like I feel like things go a lot faster, and when it's just yourself, it's does take a bit more time. And I feel like I'm low-key a bit of a perfectionist sometimes. So sometimes if I'm only recording at home, it's not the best thing because things don't get done as quickly. But I don't know, like I just like having my own space and I can set the vibe. The vibe is right. And yeah. But as I said, like if I'm collaborating, I will like pick like actually go in the studio if I'm collaborating with people. But if it's just like me and like the beat, then I'm like, if I want to restructure the beat or add something, like I'd rather just be home and like record myself, Because sometimes like I find that if I'm listening to a beat and I feel like something's missing, I need to add something. And once I add like a little bit of it, I'm like, okay, wait, no, actually I want to go this direction with the song. So I can completely rewrite the song at that time and then record it. So that's why sometimes I prefer home recording. Also, like it's free. So it has its pros and cons.
Yeah, no, definitely. Free is a great pro to have, especially when you're able to give good quality content. When it comes to being like an artist, like overall, like having skill set and all that stuff, what's one important thing that you're learning now, as you're journeying into your musical career? Like a skill that you think is very like highlighted that people should, like work on or for yourself personally.
A skill. I don't really know if this is a skill, but I would say like learn how to get out of your own way. I feel like I'm still like learning it. I think I'm getting better as I'm going, but still sometimes I think as an artist you like second guess yourself, triple guess yourself, like, oh, maybe like this isn't that good, or like people aren't gonna like this. Like I like this, but maybe it's not like marketable or this and this. But honestly, truly, everything is marketable at this day and age. And I still struggle with like, second guessing myself and being like, oh, do I ever want to finish this? Like, is this worth finishing? Is anyone gonna want to listen to this? So I feel like a skill is just learning to trust yourself and just working on that. So I think that's a very valuable skill in every like aspect of life. So yeah, just learn to trust yourself.
Dang, that's a huge skill. And that's a skill that I think you have to keep working on. And I think every great musician does it because even though something is good, you're like, oh, I could add this or I could add that. Or what if I take this away? And
Yeah.
just finding out that balance is tough, but I feel like you're doing it greatly. And the songs that you drop have been some dope songs. What do you prefer, really, writing or performing them?
See, that's a hard question. I can't really answer that because they're good for different reasons, I would say. Performing, I'm able to like bring something to life and kind of like be like more, I can actually like show myself and actually like, I don't know, I feel like with like dancing like brings a different kind of a different way of storytelling to a song, and you can like add little accents here and kind of like bring something to life more and really just have a good time with people. But I feel like with writing, it's more, oh, here we go. So writing is more of like a personal thing. Writing, it's like you and just like the beat, or you and just like a sound, or you and just like an idea, or something you're going through, and like just getting it out, or just like trying to like make something of something. And then performing is more of you and an audience. And it's trying to figure out the relationship between you and the audience and just having fun with it. So I think they're great for different reasons. So I can't really pick one.
Okay. Okay. So it's like one part of it is you're fleshing out like ideas and like of yourself, and basically like, reconstructing like an idea of yours, and then on performing you're sharing that idea and then like creating in a way where like they can like experience it too. So it's
Yeah.
cool. It's like if you want to bond with like yourself and like your inner feelings and emotions and all that stuff, that's what writing's good for. If you want to bond with other people and their experiences and their emotions, that's what performance is good for. And I feel like with your music, you hit kind of like both like categories. I could really see the emotional content, or at least the passion, like your love for the music inside the sound. So thank you for that. Thank you for releasing great content. When it comes to artists or sound you're looking to venture for in like the future, what's like something you're aiming towards in your career?
A certain sound I'm aiming towards.
No, not sound like people you want to work with, or like genres you would want to venture into, or like like any like goals or like projects or ideals you want to hit on your way up to the top.
Well, I'll answer that in two ways. For like short-term goals, right now I am working on like a little project, an EP. And short term, I would love to release that so everyone can hear what I've been working on. But I guess like more of a reach for the stars thing. I think there's some R&B artists that I want to work with. Like I already said, like Victoria Monet. If I ever got to work with her, that would be crazy. But genre wise, I don't know. Maybe like more rap kind of. I don't know. I don't know how to rap, but maybe I could fake it. I don't know. Who knows?
Hey,
But
listen, you can learn anything. I believe in you.
But honestly, I don't really know genre wise. I think what I really want, I want to get to the point where I'm just able to kind of just do whatever I want and kind of just like make whatever I want. But I also do want to be able to have like concept albums and have like an album that's like, because like the weekends, usually his albums are like, there's this sound and there's this sound and there's this sound. Like I would love to be able to do that.
Hey, so speaking of The Weeknd, he's another artist from the north, but like whenever we're from New York, so we
Mhm.
do mostly Toronto music. But when we heard your music, we're like, wow, a dope artist from Calgary. Like we don't hear Calgary that much. Like how's the support out there, and what's the music in the entertainment industry like over in Calgary?
In Calgary, I think it's really growing. Originally when I did first start writing, I was like 16, 15, 16, and I didn't think there was a music industry in Calgary, but there wasn't really, but there was like kind of like a little like Nigerian community and like parties and stuff. So like that's where I used to perform. But when I was writing, I was like, "Ugh, I need to get out of Calgary. Like there's nothing here." But I feel like in the pandemic when I restarted like um writing and recording, that's when I realized like, oh, like there's actually a lot of artists in Calgary. Calgary has a like good music scene, and shout out to 10 at 10. Like they're like in charge of basically like hip hop and like R&B in Calgary, and they have like a great following, and they've like given me like a great opportunities in Calgary as well. Like when Roy Woods came and he had a little concert in Calgary last year, and me and three other artists opened for him, and we're all like they're all great artists and we're all based in Calgary. So think the Calgary music scene is really on the come up lately.
Hey, so you gave a little shout out to 10 of 10. Is there anyone else you want to give a shout out to that's like, yo, this person from Calgary, they're dope. You know, I just got to big them up.
There's Kayam. There's this great R&B singer I've also worked with from Calgary, Jared Daniel. And also like and Doze as well, I also work with. Yeah, there's just a lot of great talent out of Calgary.
Dang, so you've accomplished so much at such a young age, like already opening up and already performing in front of all those people. And then we also researched that you got on the Canadian airline charts independently. So that has to be such a dope feeling. Like, how does it feel just hitting all these milestones so young?
It's definitely crazy. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough, but I am 20 and I just have to like realize like, hold on, girl, like you're only 20, like it's not that deep. But I feel like sometimes like social media, like if you don't have it figured out by like 21, you're not like living in a huge high-rise apartment by 21. You're like, oh my God, like am I doing something wrong? But no, it feels really great. Especially since I am a fairly new artist, and being on like the Canadian like airtime charts was crazy. It kind of came out of nowhere. Yeah, it feels like great. I think it's honestly it's very humbling, but and it's like I just feel gratitude towards it, and just it gives me, motivation to keep going.
Yeah, I bet like when you, so not I bet, but when people hit like goals and milestones, like it's something in them that kind of like helps them like recharge and like kind of go forward. Like when you're not like working and putting on effort into, crafting and mastering your craft, how do you like relax, or what's something you do to like take your mind off of things?
I'm the queen of relaxation. Like
Yeah.
I love to relax. I love a good like vacation day. But I have so many answers to this question. But I always do like a self-care day at least like once a week. And that's just really just it's me doing nothing, probably like playing Sims 4 or watching Netflix and just doing face masks or like just like painting my toenails or something or eating a whole lot of food. Like I love food. I will order as much food as I want. Like, is it financially a good idea? Maybe not, but I love to treat myself with food. Yes, but yeah, I like doing all of that for relaxing.
I think you have to now tell us one of your favorite meals, one of them, because you love food a bit too much to not want to talk about it.
See, the problem is, I feel like my favorite changes on like per month because like right now I ordered Indian food last night and it was so good. So I guess my favorite of the week is butter chicken and spicy tikka masala. So yeah.
Okay.
That's what's up.
You're a foodie. Do you also cook too?
Yeah. But the problem is I don't like the whole process of cooking, but I like eating it. So the process of cooking, I'm like, damn, this is taking a while.
But isn't like cooking supposed to like, grow your appetite, and then like scientifically the food tastes better after you cook it because your body gets ready for the meal you're making. You feel me? Like pheromones and sense and stuff.
Because my experience with cooking is especially because if I cook like dinner for my family, I just get sometimes you spend so much time cooking and then like it's all gone in like an hour. So you're like, I did all that for what? Why? So I don't know. Well, yeah, but I would say I don't know if that's scientifically correct. I don't know. I'm gonna have to search that up because I'm a biology major, so I'm gonna search that up. But I don't know.
On that note. But
actually, on that note, balancing college life and musical career life. Me and Paris both went to college. Both know that life is like hectic, is busy, and a bio major.
Yeah.
Yo, kudos to you. What is surviving that like?
I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard. Like it's really hard. How is balancing that like? Stressful, especially when it gets to like midterm season, because for me midterm season starts like about a month and a half after the semester starts and it doesn't end until basically you're doing finals. So it's a lot, but sometimes you don't sleep that much. It is what it is. It's just life. I'm gonna say I don't know if I balance it that well, but just go with the flow and just try to have a good time.
You're balancing enough to live. I feel like that's like,
Yeah,
you feel me? You gotta
that's
coast
good
that a little bit.
Dang. Oh my gosh, how are you the queen relaxation with all that work?
I have to relax. That's why I said I'm queen of relaxation, because I can't be like living a stressful life like this. I think second year, before I started, because right now I'm in fourth year, but before I started writing and singing again and actually releasing music, I started working at the same time, and I was like, bruh, this is not for the weak. And I think that really helped me like time manage and start, I don't know, realizing how to balance. And I was kind of like, you know what? If I don't get an A plus in every class, it's not the end of the world. As long as I try my best, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, so now I just kind of like, if I try my best, that's good enough for me. And that's it. Just make sure I hand in everything on time. And then I'm like also creating time for like my creative ventures. And that's all I'm doing.
All right. Well, listen, she has a plan. I guess that's why you're the queen of relaxation. You got your stuff laid out properly and in order.
Yeah. Because who likes stress? Everybody likes to enjoy life, Like I want to feel enjoyment, so I have to have relaxation there.
100%. I feel you.
That's a fact. So doing all that, like what was it like writing Up?
Crazy thing is, Up was actually written when I was 16. So I wrote that in high school, and I think I rewrote a little bit and like re-recorded before I originally released it. But at the time that I wrote Up, I remember I was 16. Okay, 16, I was in grade 12 actually, but anyways, I remember I was like losing some friends and I was like starting to, grow up a little bit. And I was like, what? Being alone? Like, I have to get used to being alone, like I saw this one quote online. It was like, you're with yourself 24/7. So you might as well like make your mind a good place to be. So yeah, I wasn't really in a good place when I wrote Up, but it was kind of like a manifestation type thing. I was like, this is like the mindset I would want to be at. And then that's why I wrote it. And when I released it, I was in that mindset. So, it worked.
Hey.
Man, you gotta write a song about having $1 million.
Yeah.
You're missing out on your magic right now. Maybe just find your lane.
I gotta write a song about having $1 billion. Like, I want to be a billionaire, bro.
You're right. My fault. Aim for the stars.
Enjoyment, relaxation queen,
Right. $1 billion relaxation.
Hey, so what's coming up next in 2022? What do you got? What do you got planned and ready? And what's happening?
2022, I'm hoping to release my EP. Right now it's looking like it's going to be a 5-6 song project, and I'm thinking the first song out of the project is going to be Chosen, feat City Fidela, who's a great artist out of Ottawa. I'm pretty sure he kind of like moves around, but I think he's like main base is Ottawa, but or Montreal, one of those. But yeah, that's one of the songs coming out this year, as well as should I be releasing all of this information? I guess, but there's other songs called Scared of the Unknown, just like gonna be a whole project, and I'm hoping to release that within the first half of the year, and then who knows after that. But yeah.
Hey,
That's what's up. Always with a plan. I like that. So where can our listeners find you if they want follow more of your stuff on social media and keep up to date with your releases?
You can find me at victory_m.a on Instagram, and Victory Music with 2 C's on TikTok, and everything else is on my Instagram bio, so just click the link. Yeah.
hey. So everyone out there that's listening, make sure you go click that link and you're going to hear some dope music that's already released. And if you stay in tune, you're going to see some more dope music coming out this year.
For a fact.
Hey everyone, this is Victory, and you're listening to the Love of It podcast.